welcome back to episode 2 of Fully Dilated. I'm Gayle.
And I'm Eva.
And we are your hosts, and we're filming tonight from Eva's beautiful house. Couldn't do this on mine because it's absolute chaos. This is so sedate and calm, serene.
We'll maybe show you behind the scenes in a wee minute of I've been getting a new wardrobe, so we're surrounded by old bedroom furniture that's been lying in here, so
you'll see me
conveniently shoved it all out the way.
You'll see me
reality check.
Fucking wardrobes walking out to my car because I'll be taking them.
Then right onto Gumtree as soon as this segment's over.
So, first of all, we just want to say thanks to everybody for supporting us after the release of episode 1, which was very amateur, and this is probably still very amateur, but maybe just not as amateur.
Yep. More of a plan.
Yeah, we do have more of a plan. I think it was more the arrangement in the clinic. It just seemed like it was a big place. And we were kind of wee people
inside it. Yeah, so we're all planned out today, and
we are, and we're in a nice
fully
atmosphere.
fledged professionals.
Yeah, we're pure dab hands.
Story of our life.
Podcasting. I mean, we're fully verified and everything now. I'm on Instagram with our 85 followers.
Woohoo!
Like and subscribe. I'm kidding. But honestly, thanks to everybody. We get lovely feedback. I mean, I'm sure nobody's going to message and go, by the way, your podcast was absolutely shit.
Rotten.
Pure dog meat, and I'll not be listening again. I'm sure there'll be somebody out there that I'm pretty sure we have been getting shared in group chats.
Well, and it is nice when people get back to you, but I'm always liking people's stuff and telling them. I think it's nice to tell them when people do something good. So I was quite taken aback with some people that contacted me. I thought that was really nice of them to get in touch. And
it was like people we hadn't seen or spoke to for years. A girl, Kirsty, shout out to you, Kirsty. You know who you are. That I used to work with years ago in the Queen Mums, and she messaged to say that she loved listening and she had a good chuckle.
Yep.
But see, when I think back to some of the conversations that we used to have in the old night shift.
The night shift delirium.
Oh, I hated
the hysteria, that's what I mean. I don't mean that.
Well,
but when it kicked in at that time, you're an hour before your tea and toast.
Oh, it was like 4:30 in the morning. You're sitting like the nodding dog.
Yeah, it was better when it was really busy, wasn't it? And then you didn't really get a chance. But when it was quiet,
do you know what I mean by this? Because I'm just going to tell you this because it's just come in.
Here we go.
In my head, right? So sorry if you're involved. No names and no hospitals will be mentioned, right? And I don't even know if I'll use this to be fair, but there was this one night, and I worked in labour ward. It was absolutely jumping. Like I delivered 3 babies. Right? It was like one after the other after the other. Oh. To be fair, the nights were quite good because they did keep you busy, they did keep you awake, that kind of thing. But then as I was leaving to go off shift, I'd just given a handover. As I was going from the duty room after giving the report to go down the corridor to the changing rooms, somebody got off the lift and was pushing.
Full pelt,
full blown labour. That head was almost half out.
Fully dilated.
She was very fully dilated. She was
plus.
Her vagina was fully dilated, not just the cervix. So anyway, got her on the bed, and I was literally like, the midwife who was coming on the day shift kind of tottered in behind me. Anyway, I got gloves on, managed to catch the baby because that's all it was. There was no skill involved in it. It was literally just catching the baby, delivering it onto mum's tummy, and I had to get one of the auxiliaries to open my pack for me and all that kind of thing. It was all very quick. Anyway, that was fine. But then the midwife from the day shift, she was a kind of head honcho from another place, but she was working in our unit for the day to kind of upskill. So I was getting ready to go into that changing room. That was baby number 4 for me for the end of that shift. I was not mentally or physically prepared for anything else.
13 hours in.
I'm standing like waiting on her giving me the nod, and then she went, no, you'll be waiting until the placenta's delivered. Oh. And I went, what?
I would have cried.
Anyway, so she made me that. I mean, for all I could have told you, that placenta might have been another hour down the line, in which case that would have been inhumane, right? I've been working since 7:30 the night before. This was now after 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, a walking zombie. Anyway, half an hour later, I was in the changing room after delivering the placenta and yada yada.
Notes and
just all the kind of stuff. And I went into the changing room, and this midwife She had a kind of particular unique style of shoe that she wore.
No, I'm trying not to laugh over you this time because
This hospital was so old, right? Anyway, so it's kind of built-in wardrobes, and I took one, of her shoes and I threw it down the back of the wardrobe.
screw you. Oh, Gayle, brilliant.
I did that, and I just thought to myself,
You deserve that. Oh my God, Gayle. I like for my slippers tonight. Make sure they're not.
I'm going to hell. I'm sorry.
Oh,
But
Gayle.
that made me laugh.
Absolutely.
I mean, this is years later. We're talking
we were
over
young.
20 odd year ago. So, yeah.
Do you know, she probably deserved it.
What do you mean she probably deserved it? I'm sorry.
See, when you think back about it,
You
were so young working in there.
Impulse?
You deserved it. Sure.
Sure, it was long.
Back before we knew what ADHD was, we're just like rotten to the core. Oh, good.
Oh my God, that's fucking hilarious. Anyway, I digress. But anyway, tonight we are going to be talking a wee bit more about the kind of postnatal period. Well, the reality of the postnatal period, not that kind of Instagram perfect postnatal period that you see on social media. That everything's, really calm and colour coordinated, tidy. Wasn't like that for me.
No, definitely
Can't
not
imagine.
For me.
So anyway, we're kind of going to talk a wee bit more about that, and just about kind of relations after you've had a baby, and how things change, how dynamics change in a family, and sometimes how your partner just doesn't measure up.
Relationships are a big thing. I think if you've not prepared before, like who's going to have that conversation? I certainly didn't when I was, first together. Do you want kids? Was basically but there was no how are we going to share the load. Who's going to get up in the middle. And I'm an absolute mad sleeper, so I think Matt knew he was in for a rough time anyway. But he went away to work wherever he was going in England, and I was left. And as much as you can have all the family support in the world, when you're on your own in that house at night with that baby, tough going. But a lot of fellas in the same boat. Well, I think a lot of women feel like that, don't they?
Andy never done one night feed. Shout out to you, Andy. Yeah, cheers. You'll be getting talked about quite a lot in this episode, if I'm going to be honest with you, and you'll just take it because these things happened, and you just need to face the consequences. Don't gaslight me into thinking it's my fault. Anyway, that's me.
It's hard, like that we're not slagging all men. Not all men,
Andy.
But I think it's hard because they don't get the parental leave, and then that's not a good put down the wage thing. Of course, most women give up their work to look after the baby, and then if the men are still getting up for work in the morning, but actually you're putting in a shift as well, because how hard is it?
I would have rather went back to my work. I went back to my work early after having Sam. Literally, I went back a whole month early.
There's some days you could hit your head off the wall, isn't there?
I hated early motherhood. I'm not going to lie. I'm not dissing motherhood itself, but I had a really tough experience. He cried a lot. He'd kind of silent reflux. He just used to thrash about feeding. It was just really difficult. And obviously, because, the circumstance, overshare again, right? So Andy and I were due to get married in August, and then every man and their dog was having a baby.
Right, okay.
I said, do you want a baby? And he went, no, because we're going to get married in August, so no. So I was like, oh,
lo and behold.
F you. Put my pills in the
bin having a baby.
Semi-chem, and I think I actually fell pregnant that night. So Andy was not best pleased because he had his plan.
Oh, did you have Sam before you get married?
No, we then brought the wedding forward.
Right, okay. Oh, well, that was nice.
It wasn't. Yeah. It wasn't. There was nothing nice about it, because then it was all rushed, and it was like,
oh, no.
And I mean, looking back now, when I think, then an adult ADHD diagnosis, is not really surprising, because things were like impulse. It was never that anything was really thought out.
Do you not think we all do tick boxy things, but we're like married, babies, like you set these time scales, I suppose, for yourself, and it's just like do everything. Whereas, I mean, if we knew then what we know now, you'd be like, hold your horses.
I'd be walking past semi-chem. I'm kidding on Sam.
I mean, if I was to Not that I'm ever going to get married or have children, but I mean, I'm married with children, but you know what I mean? You would be like, right, interviewing somebody, how do you feel about night feeding? How much time are you taking up your work? You know, are your family normal? Are they going to support me? I do have two very supportive families. I've got to say, I am very lucky. But I mean, you don't know all this about people. A baby changes the dynamic, and
Oh, it
a
does.
lot of people go into having babies and they've never had a discussion with their partner about who's going to do what when this wee person comes along.
Tell me this. You know the whole kind of situation where people are saying after the baby's born, we don't want any visitors for
Yep,
a certain amount of time. Do you think
this is
that's a
quite
bit?
new.
Do you think it's a bit woke?
I think it's very new. It's hard for us to understand because we had our babies and the next minute the place was full, wasn't it? Like, of course, people want to meet a new baby, and it is. I think as well, like I didn't really mind. I like company. I felt quite lonely during mat leave sometime because my mum and Matt's mum were both at working age still. So I was kind of very much on my own. So when people came to visit me, it was fine. But I do hear girls now and I think, oh, quite bold. I can't imagine saying to my mum or my mother-in-law, no. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how woke. I mean, is it good to set boundaries? Are we the mugs? Have we
Aye, but
ended up shattered?
there's
And
setting boundaries and then there's that. It's a bit extreme,
yeah,
isn't it?
and I
But
do think
people
like
just need to accept whatever boundaries it is that you set.
they do, but when you look at it, all I want is for my family and my husband's family to love my child, and they both sets adore him. So, not who am I to say no, don't visit, but
Well, do you know one of the
you
things that I
know,
struggle with is the fact that, I could say all these things, but I'm going to be the mother-in-law having two boys, and you'll be the
indeed.
mother-in-law.
Oh my God.
So, from my point of view, I'm pretty sure Andy's mum and I's relationship, when I had Sam, was quite fraught, but it was probably a lot of it was kind of uncertainty on her part because I wasn't her daughter,
Yeah,
so she
uh-huh.
felt probably that she
Yep,
couldn't say a lot of things to me
yeah,
that she
mm-hmm.
probably wanted to because I was a bit of an arsehole, I'm not going to lie.
Not at
Oh,
all.
Eva, I was.
You
But
were just a
instead,
young
but
mum,
I was
Gayle,
young and
protecting your kids.
I know,
It's
but I think that I probably just, you're right, I was young, I was quite immature. Although I was
yeah,
27, I was
mm-hmm.
probably like 19 in the head. Do you
Yeah,
know that way? I wasn't ready to
mm-hmm.
really be a mum. I don't know. Maybe it's just about the whole transition and are you ever ready? Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's not.
Maybe I was a bit different because I was older. I never had it till I was 36. So, and I had a nice relationship with my mother-in-law, and she already had grandkids. My mum didn't, so I didn't really have any tension. But I feel I was probably. I say I didn't have any tension. They probably looked at me and thought I was off my head because I was a wee bit. Well, you know what I'm like. I can let my thoughts or ideas become totally intensified and I go with everything full pelt. So, if I said something, they must have been looking at me. I mean, I'll give you a complete example of how mental I was. I was on holiday with Matt and Ed, and somebody had embarrassed this security guard. Guy was probably just bored out of his mind. Said, "Oh, cute baby," and I was like that to Matt. He's getting kidnapped, and Matt was like, "What?" And so we're walking along this kind of boulevard, whatever you do on your holidays, promenade. And I said, he's actually going to radio ahead. I mean, I was probably needing locked up and medicated. He's going to radio ahead and say that the most beautiful baby that he's ever seen in the world, because he commented as a cute baby, is on his way. And so to get the team in, like, that was like that. Again, what? And I was totally like,
Again, you
I think
maybe
you're going to
needed
need to
a
cut
wee.
this out. I was like off my nut.
No, but it's reality.
Intense. I thought it was the most beautiful thing. Oh my God, Eva. And so Matt actually so laid back, couldn't really understand, but thought she's actually serious. And he said, well, see if you feel like that. Let's just go back to the hotel because I'm actually concerned what is going on that you are thinking. He's probably looking in the pram and thinking, look at the neck him, like chocolate all over his face or something. No, he's not the cutest baby in the world, but when I look back
But
now
you
at
become so
things that I've done,
protective, and it really does play with your mind.
oh my
But
God.
I
But they
get what you
must have
mean.
all just pandered round. Now, that's an extreme example, but I can think of loads of things. I remember a family member, I'm not saying who, just sitting with him and just rubbing his wee hand, and I'm like, she's going to burn a hole in his hand. it was.
That is quite extreme.
And then I'm like, I'll just take him back. And she's like, no, he's fine. But honest to God,
no, I get you.
Intense feelings are normal.
It is intense, and I think people don't normalise it enough. Okay, I'm maybe a kidnap story is a bit extreme.
The most beautiful baby's going to have a hole in his hand because somebody's patting him.
It is. It is. It just shows you. It's an example of how intense you do feel, and I'm actually so glad that you're like addressing it, because I was the same. I went back to work early, as I said. Literally, I think I went back a whole month early. I couldn't deal with that boys bloody greeting one more day.
No,
and I loved them, but I was just like, oh. Anyway, it was one weekend I was working night shift on the Friday night, and on the Saturday it was an old firm. And I remember Andy saying, oh, my mum's going to look after Sam because I'm... So I went and set my alarm for... I went to sleep at 8:30. I set my alarm for 9:45. 9:45.
An hour?
I got up
in 15 minutes.
After around 15 minutes, put my clothes on, and I drove to Auntie's mum's house to pick them up, and they weren't in, they were out a walk. Oh, God. So I went the way that the pram went. I took all his stuff with the house. Andy's dad was like, okay. And then I caught up with Andy's mum and his sister, who were out walking with the pram, and I said, I'll just take him. I've got up. And she was looking at me like, oh, but that wasn't a bearing on.
Yeah.
I just didn't want anybody looking after him other than Andy and me.
Yeah.
And well, actually, in saying that, I think your own mum's different, because you can actually say, and it's not because she's more capable of looking after a baby than Andy's.
It's
not that. It's just that if you've got an issue, you would be able to say to your own mum, whereas I didn't want to overstep and upset Linda. But in actual fact, I did, because I was away picking them up at bloody 10:30 when they were at a walk.
I'm nodding. Who am I?
I don't want to try to get you guys saying I'm a nut
really,
job.
really, Gayle.
Let's
analyse this reaction.
Security guards plotting to steal your way.
Oh
my God!
They must have. Although my sister did say to me once he was up a wee bit in school, and she went, I've got to say, you were nuts, but you were nowhere near as bad as we thought, because they know what I'm like in normal life, and I think they were just like, buckle up, this is going to be some ride with her, she's going to be insane. But
it does drive you insanity, motherhood.
It's hard going. I used to have nightmares about the house being on fire every night, and he'd be wanting a beard boy and moan, I'd be constantly getting up. But that exhaustion, like,
it's something else, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like exhaustion that you've never felt before in your life, like no even in the night shift at 4:30 when you're the nodding dog. By the way, right, FYI, I put my hair back because the video cut out. We had a bit of a malfunction because my phone was on auto lock. So it auto locked after 3 minutes, and we spoke for 45. So this is now us.
Maybe that was the universe telling us
to shut the fuck up. Maybe I just gave away too much information.
You've missed out.
Big time.
The Beckhams.
I've got a theory, and I think that genuinely it's all a front. Did you read the bit in his Instagram statement that was like a bit fakery?
Interesting.
I think it's
picked up. I think everybody picked up on that, didn't they?
I think that basically it's all a big lie.
Yeah.
And I think
all a front.
I bet you they lead separate lives.
You think?
Aye, without a shadow of a doubt. Because they spoke about brand Beckham. So it's all about the brand is them. They are the brand. Without that togetherness, which is probably put on for the cameras.
Probably. I mean, they love each other, and they seem to be a close-knit family, but how much of it is actually still, I mean, she looks like a pain in the toe. Everybody's team Victoria Beckham.
Everybody's
just
like,
not the
you know
biggest
what, I don't
fan.
care what she's done, or what she said, she's the queen and blah, 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 blah.
Imagine that was your mother-in-law.
Really? Do you know what I think? Right? I think that wee guy's tolerance has probably fucking been chipped away and chipped away and chipped away. Now, some people are like, oh, shut up, Brooklyn, you wee tit.
Yep.
Shut up, Brooklyn, you spoiled wee guy. I don't know. I mean, I think that for what she done, like that. Also, Mark Anthony or Anthony, whatever the hell you say your bloody name, for him to say, with the most beautiful woman in the room, stand up Victoria Beckham, and she's right up there.
Up she trots.
Aye, but any normal
what a redneck
person, but you know,
Victoria, ready.
Aye, yeah, if you're that's embarrassing.
It is embarrassing.
The fact that, and I'm howling at some of the memes where dancing and all that. See the next day, see the stuff that's coming out on my Instagram.
People are so quick, aren't they?
So funny.
Yeah, but she should have just took a back seat. But somebody
like
must have
just
the pole.
dry riding people and all that. And you're just like, oh my God.
I know, what does he mean? What does he mean? She danced on me. What does that?
Because on him means
grinding.
God
sake, imagine your mum doing that to you. There's something not right with him. But he should have also been like, right, mum, it's about Nicola. Nicola shouldn't have ran out crying. Square yourself up, Pen.
I know.
Take one in the chin, get her to grip. But I do feel as if she's getting a lot of the blame when it's probably just him and his team that have put out the statements. You know, it's all about, why is it always the woman that gets the blame? No, he's put it out. If she wanted to blame, then she would have put it out in hers. But it's just first world problems. The wedding dress, the dance.
I mean, let's be honest, despite the fact that she pulled out of making the dress at the 11th hour, oh, fucking hell, man.
As if Victoria's sitting with needle and thread. Getting a rig out.
I honestly don't think that she is a designer.
No.
I think she
is a name.
I think she's a name that fronts a brand that actually is a lot of shite. See, she got that award in Paris.
Who wears her stuff? Right, I think her stuff looks great because it's on stick thin supermodels. I mean, 4'11" Eva for North Lanarkshire is not going to be kicking about in a
and I'm certainly
wet look frock, is she?
I can't wear anything other than Primark.
I do like the look of her eyeliners right enough, but anyway, we digress.
No, but I would not be. No, it's not relatable.
It's all a front. It's totally not relatable to us.
But I do think that it's all a big act.
Yeah, and he has totally outed them, and they're in spiral crisis mode. They're totally pretending it's not happening, and happy birthday, Emma Bunton, and
I know. And also, where was Mel B?
Oh, I saw that.
Where was she?
I don't know. Maybe she's doing some show in America or something. She's listening to me. I'll phone her and ask her. Mel, what you up to? But
Emma Bunton's the only normal one in amongst them.
Do you think?
And even at that, she's probably got skeletons in her closet as well.
I quite like Mel C. I think she's all right.
Aye, she is
sporty.
Okay.
Now in hindsight, I think she's the only one I would go on with. I don't know who. I used to like Scary Spice with leopard print and all that, but
no, I mean,
imagine your mother-in-law was a Spice
Girl. Eddie Murphy. Bizarre. Absolutely.
So she did. Oh my God! And he denied it for years and years. The child was actually Eddie Murphy's double. So not got like 9 kids or something like that. But is it Phoenix? He accepts her now, doesn't he?
Is it Phoenix? Who's the oldest child?
Phoenix.
Right, no, that's
is
not
that not right?
That's Jimmy Gulzer.
Oh, so is he the dancer?
He's the dancer.
Then the Eddie Murphy, and then the psychopath that she was with.
He was
nuts.
He was bonkers.
We digress.
I know, but anyway, I know we're just sitting talking about Brooklyn Beckham, but basically, guys, sort your shit out and keep it away from for social media, right? Everybody's got things in their families and whatever, but you need to just keep it to yourself. There's no point in plastering things all over social media. It just makes you look desperate and
I love if Vicky Beckham put on a post, but just me and my kids from now on, snakes everywhere.
And then people writing underneath it,
PM me. Aye. And if she checks into the local hospital after that, that would just top it for me.
Well, either a Venflon or a name band or sitting holding a dying person's hand. I hate them fucking pictures. Just think that could have been you.
Curtains.
What actually? What were you in hospital with?
Oh, I just had a sore throat at work on the night shift, postnatal ward. Phoned down to the coordinator. That was funny. She never let me live that down. And I says, I'm not really feeling very well. And she was basically like, you better be dying because we are absolutely.
Little did she know.
Got myself home. I think I went to my mum and dad's. Wasn't even living at home at the time. And then the next minute they took me into hospital and I had sepsis from a strepy throat infection. And yeah.
Oh my God.
Game over for Eva Lafferty.
How long were you in hospital?
I was in for 3 months all in.
Jesus
I ended
Christ.
up having like a cardiac problem and had a couple of pneumothorax. and then I had renal failure. I know, it's funny, but so that's what I was saying about, were we talking about nostril hair removal or something?
Oh, aye. If I ever end up in a coma, please somebody come with
Aye.
a Turkish barber nostril things, because
Oh, that's
I've
what we were talking
got the
about.
hairiest nose in the world ever.
So I'm going to take Gayle for a nostril wax because I had my first nostril wax last week with this great girl, and she was waxing my legs, and I said, do you happen to do that? And I said, glue up your nose, and she went, do you mean wax on the sticks? Yes I do. So up she went, bam, pulled out all the
Was it
nostril
sore
hair.
getting it done?
It made my eyes smart a wee bit. I know, but that is how we were talking about the sepsis, because the only thing I remember thinking was when I was in with my disjointed life, and those, it was like, what was that, tramadol nights or something like that is my memory of sepsis. It's like
God.
all these memories that I've put together, like, you know, like people being phoned in the middle of the night to say they didn't think I was going to make it and all that carry on.
Fully dilated may not have been
I
a thing.
know. What would it have been? 5 centimetres.
I would have been stuck at 5 centimetres.
Off
I
a
don't know, I've been
dilation.
halfway there.
But it is mental. It does make you kind of look back in your life. But all I was thinking, not all I was thinking, because I was dying at the time, was
Literally dying.
I was meant to be, I didn't get married, so I wasn't going on my honeymoon, but me and my sister had changed the honeymoon to Tenerife. And I was like, oh my God, I've not turned up for my leg wax. That girl will think I'm so rude. I think you've got an excuse. I don't know if whatever happened with that, but I just remember thinking, my legs are so hairy and I'm in here. With a central line. With central line.
A bit hairy legs. I could probably still beat you right now.
You better be getting them waxed up for Tenerife next week.
I know, I will be. I will
Beautiful.
definitely have the legs. I wouldn't say waxed. I'll probably just get one of Andy's razors out.
And get it stuck right up the legs. There's nothing better than a clean shave to your legs or your face.
I know, but do you know what? What's the difference between dermaplaning and actually taking a bic to your face? What is the difference?
I just like the bic or whatever's lying in that drawer in there I use. I don't care.
I only usually do like half the leg.
I mean, you don't want to have a hairy face.
I definitely don't want to have a hairy vagina. Do you remember the pure 80s vaginas that you used to see?
I think anybody does that now, do they?
I don't know, the odd person, but Jesus Christ, if you do, sort yourself out. It's fucking mine. Anyway, on another note, I think I'm going to do something a wee bit different here, right? So, you know how they do like in other podcasts in like America and all that, they read out these Reddit stories, and it's like,
love them.
Am I the asshole? Well, we're going to do the Scottish version. Am I the fanny?
Am I the fanny?
But it's am I the fanny, not am I.
Oh.
That sounds too posh. It's got to be am I the fanny, right? So I'm going to give you this story. I want to set the scene.
Right.
So my second child was born in 2008, and the night before I was due to go in and have my section, literally less than 12 hours before I'm meant to be cut open to get this baby out, Rangers are in the UEFA Cup final in Manchester. My husband's first question when we find out the dates clash is, if I get a ticket, will your mum go into theatre with you? What the fuck? Thankfully, he didn't get a ticket, but that didn't stop him. Off he trotted into Glasgow to watch the game with his pals, whilst I was dropping our oldest son down at my mum's. And I was basically having a breakdown because I'm leaving him there, and I don't want to leave him because I'm already having that parent guilt of having another baby, and nobody's actually even paying attention to me. I'm talking into the camera as if it's me this has happened to. Oh, okay.
No.
Anyway,
No.
I sorts my bag out, starts reading my book, falls asleep, and then I was rudely awakened with my phone ringing at 1 a.m, bearing in mind I have to be in the hospital for 7 promptly. And at the other end of the phone is my husband. He wanted a lift for him and his pals as they can't get a taxi home. So there's me, a few hours before my section, having to get out of my bed, drive into town and squeeze 5 drunk arseholes into my car. And I'm absolutely shitting it the entire way home because I was convinced the police are going to pull me over.
Okay.
And I do talk a good game, but I am not a rule breaker, and was cringing. I crawled into bed beside a man who was absolutely steaming drunk, snoring his head off, and I had to be at the hospital 4.5 hours later to have a cesarean section. So come the morning, I'm driving myself from my own section because he's sitting there looking absolutely ghastly, retching at every bump in the road, like he's the one that suffered. And does he see the problem? Does he, Chucky? I bring it up, and apparently I'm the one that's making a big deal out of nothing. He nearly missed the birth of his second child for a game that Rangers fucking lost. Made me play taxi driver in the middle of the night before major surgery, and I'm the drama queen. So am I the fanny for expecting more from my partner at this time, or should I just try to forget it after all these years and put it down to experience? See, actually reading that out, if that happened to somebody else,
I know, what would you say?
I would say your husband's a twat, selfish, and has no consideration for others.
In his defence.
Okay, I'm listening.
You're all ears.
Listening ears on.
It was a one-off.
It actually wasn't a one-off. He then went to Seville with Charlie. Or the UEFA
right,
Cup
that's
final,
20 years later.
15
years later. Right, so it was a one-off at the time, and it does not describe the behaviour of that person overall.
No, it doesn't. But
you
it's
maybe
still
need
the
to
behaviour.
let it go.
I can't. I do feel that and another couple of things, which I won't mention on air
today.
Not to do with Andy directly, but, you know, I do feel that there's a few things that just grating me. And it's that lack of insight as to how something like that could have affected me. And I know it's probably a bit precious expecting the night before and everything to be perfect.
Yep.
And Rangers had to come along and fucking ruin
it all.
Sorry for swearing again. My mum said I swore too much in the last episode.
Oh, God.
I have to tone it down. Sorry, Fiona. But anyway, yeah, so I just had to get that in. So I really want to hear more of your Am I the Fanny stories. So again, if you wouldn't mind sending them to fullydilatedpod@gmail.com. There we go. I've learned email
Well
address.
done.
I know that's been my homework this week. Then I want to hear more stories like that. Things that you can't let go of. Now, I'm probably guilty. Are you somebody that finds it difficult to let things go?
Well, I will remember if you've wronged me, even though if you think that I forgot. I remember, like, you know what I'm like with detail.
Oh, I know.
And I will remember what pair of socks you had on when you were rude to me 7 years ago, when you said one thing to me in a stairwell or a tea room or a lift or a shift. I don't know if I harbour it like resentment, but when I look at some people, I'm like, yeah.
I'm the same. See, when somebody wrongs me, right, I might be nice to their face for the rest of their life.
Yeah, I can do that too.
However, they're dead
it's
to
in
me.
there.
They are fucking dead to me.
It's in
They're
here.
dead to me.
Everything's in my bank. Like, no, clearly everything's not in my bank, but in
clearly everything's
the memory bank. But yeah, but I don't know if I'm resentful, but
you actually, but you have the ability to be able to like act like you're okay though.
Yeah, I do try and see the good in every situation, because I sometimes think there's very, very, very few people I don't like. Very few people. I always pick out something. There's maybe one or two, probably.
Fucking hundreds of people I don't like.
There's nobody like.
I don't like a lot of people.
Yeah,
people that have crossed boundaries with me though.
Yeah.
No, I just don't. I'm always nice to people, and I'm always, I give everybody the benefit of the doubt. But see, once you have done me wrong, you can forget it, and you are no longer.
I do also like if I've told Gayle if somebody's annoyed me or upset me, and she's like, they're dead to me, and I'm like, well, actually, I'm going out with them next week.
And I'm like,
she'll be like, no.
Why are you doing that, Eva?
I am probably too forgiving. Probably a bit of pushover.
I wouldn't say pushover. I think you just want to keep the peace. I think
I'm a peacekeeper, but I don't forget things. My attention for detail and ridiculous things that I can recall, but other things I'm just like, it literally leaves my memory 3 seconds after somebody's told me it. I'm like, what? Did you tell me that?
I know, but you remember people, and then you're like, aye, because you know that girl that came to the clinic last Wednesday, right? She's got a cousin that, remember, she was in 2 years ago, and she had a wee boy, and he was called to, and you're just like, you lost me at last week.
I can be quite.
You're also good at remembering things for the digger.
Oh my.
Loves the digger.
God.
Not just mini toiletries, but the digger also.
The digger. Oh my God.
I do like the digger.
It makes you feel the window to the soul of Glasgow's
underworld.
Oh my God, I love it.
I actually
Me and
do
my
like it
dad
as
are
well.
totally obsessed with it. Like,
if you ever think that Eva's in the spectrum, you're right, she is.
undiagnosed and unmedicated so far. There will come a day we'll all just come crashing down. But oh my God, the digger. We just love it. I mean, I have actually no connections in my life to any underground, but I love all that.
I wouldn't want it either. Imagine all that looking over your shoulder all the time.
Yeah.
But it fascinates me.
Yeah, it is
And
fascinating.
then I love, because Eva will do a wee deep dive and she'll be like, oh, look at this influencer, look at that one. And oh, she just dishes the dirt. I absolutely
We love an
your attention to
influencer. We
detail.
love it. Although I do love most influencers that I've met, but I've met a few grifters, is that what you would call them? They just take.
We're not mentioning names.
Actually.
No.
No.
No, we're not.
But it is funny how people can go for services or quite easily and get like Botox or nails or scans or, you know, freebies, and it's almost like an entitlement. It's a bizarre created job, this.
That'll be us this time next year.
I
We'll be
can't
like,
wait.
sorry.
Oh, did I forget to mention that somebody done my Botox, nails and teeth? But I just could never. I mean, I would still send a thank you card. Like, I'm that kind of person. Like, but I know it's a different generation.
Card recently to the clinic, didn't we?
Yes, very nice family. And it's nice when you get a wee thank you card. Or a very special VIP sends us in a picture or writes us a poem.
Oh, yes. Kaylee, here's looking at you.
The number one, you are
number one fan.
Best ever favourite.
Kim and Jamie are going to be raging, by the way.
You are also our favourites. Yeah, there is people that touch your life, but isn't there?
There is, and they are two particular couples that
for various
really
reasons.
But Kaylee is someone who we're going to actually have on Pod One episode.
Hopefully she is going to come on.
She will. She would be delighted to come on here.
We would love that, and
she is
share her wisdom.
She's just so funny.
She's busy, but she's a new mum, 2 wee babies, so we will need to
two
encourage
wee babies, and don't be making a third, or we're changing the locks.
2 wee babies and a set of bagpipes. What could go wrong?
I know.
What a legend!
She's an absolute hoot. She's trying to learn the bagpipes, but it's funny because she's now all pure invested. But next week she'll have found a new hobby, and then she'll be like, "Oh, fuck the bagpipes."
She's one of us, Gayle. She is one of us.
This is a confession of the week. We actually got 2. So I'll keep the first one for the next episode just in case.
We're not getting much fan mail. I don't think we need a PO box quite yet.
Yeah, well, we might.
Can you imagine?
No, I don't think so, given the fact that 140 people viewed the podcast. No.
And 20 of them was me. The YouTube views, I kept it on repeat in my kitchen.
Listen, you need to subscribe in YouTube because that's what's going to monetize us. The more views we get in YouTube, the better, really, isn't it? And I always feel, I don't know about you, but I always like watching.
I need to see.
I'm not interested in listening to somebody's voice.
I need a visual treat. I'm not suggesting that we're a visual treat.
Certainly not with my jobby brown trackie.
The pair of poops.
Pair of wee skid marks. So this week's confession of the week is, right, so I had my baby 3 weeks ago, and my mother-in-law has been doing absolutely cheeky night every single day. She lets herself in with the spare key my husband gave her, and without asking me, by the way, makes comments about how I'm feeding the baby and does not even put a fucking washing on. But the war properly started when we explicitly told her not to post any pictures of the baby on social media until we'd announced it ourselves. We wanted to do it in our own time, tell our friends and family first. Did she listen? No, she didn't. Within 2 hours of the baby being born, she's got a full album up on Facebook. Pictures of my baby that I hadn't even seen yet because I was still in recovery, and also a picture of me looking like a beach whale that I would never have posted anywhere and was entirely for my husband and I. I was raging. I asked my husband to tell her to back off, and he said she's only trying to help. Helping who exactly? Because it's not me. So last week she lets herself in again when I'm trying to get the baby down for a nap. She starts oohing and eyeing over the baby, wakes her up, and then hands her back to me when she starts crying and says, "Oh, she must be hungry again. You should feed her more often." I lose the plot, tell her that the baby was fine and she needed to leave. She got all huffy and said, well, I was only trying to spend time with my granddaughter. My husband still won't back me up, says I'm being hormonal and that she means well, so I've gone full petty. She hates that I'm breastfeeding, keeps going on about how formula would be easier, how she could help more if I wasn't tied to the baby all the time, how she never breastfed and her kids turned out fine. Yeah, look at your son, he's fucking useless. So now when she visits, I make a massive show of breastfeeding, tits out, taking my time, really getting comfortable. She squirms and makes excuses to leave early every time. She's so awkward. But the last straw was when she declared that breastfeeding was a lot of shit and that I should bottle feed so that she can take the baby overnight. That made me even more determined to keep going, even if my tits are falling off, just to spite her. So she got the spare key so she could pop in and help. I got the locks changed, swapped the new key onto my husband's key ring without him even noticing. So now the only key that doesn't work is hers.
Genius.
And she thinks her key must be faulty and keeps meaning to get it cut again. I'm not going to remind her. She bought a pile of newborn clothes in the ugliest colours you've ever seen and kept asking why the baby's not wearing them. Excuse me. I've told her they're in the wash or she's grown out of them already. They're actually in a bag in the loft and I'd rather dress my baby in a bin liner. My husband thinks I'm being really accommodating and that his mum and I are getting on brilliant because she's visiting less and seems happier. He's got absolutely no idea that I've declared war on this bitch.
She's going to paint on.
But that is tension right there.
My God.
There is a
lot of stuff going on there, isn't there?
We're also going to be the mother-in-law, and from that point of view,
I know.
But if that was me, I would not be wanting to go and pick up the baby all the time. I would want to help out as much as I could.
But where do these women, like, I mean, come on, why is the son not Stein's mum going to back off a bit?
Prat.
See if you're coming round, let them get a wee sleep, do the dishes, put a washing on.
Do practical things that are going to help you.
Uh-huh.
Being a first-time mum is, you already don't really have high confidence. Like your confidence is really quite low and you're learning. And I think for somebody to come in and try and take over like that, it's just totally undermining you as a parent. And she's not listening to boundaries. That's something I wouldn't.
And the only thing, like the clothes thing, if they had a really good relationship, you wouldn't care what they gave you because it's a gift, and you'd be like, oh, I'll just put it on and send them a picture, like as we all do with outfits that people give you that are rank, you know. But she has declared war and she's not even entertaining any sort of nicety from that woman, but she's overstepped.
She's overstepped a lot.
I don't know, is it a generational thing? Like, where do people, it's the entitlement just because it's your grandchild or your niece or nephew or I don't know, any relationship, just you're not they owe you nothing. Like, it's a little human being, we're all learning. That is hard going, but
I mean, that would probably, and that's probably something that's going to push them apart as a couple because he's not on board with her. He needs to basically realise, Andy, that I'm kidding. Andy, that wasn't you I was talking about for once, you know. But you know, he needs to realise that his priorities lie with his wife. Yeah. And if he feels like she's acting a wee bit out of character or out of sorts, just go with it, because being a new mum or being a new parent is bloody hard. Mm-hmm. You just wing it. But somebody who's got a bit more experience should be well aware of that.
Because she's got everything else going on and she doesn't really need a new fight.
Do you notice there's a kind of common theme here? The mother-in-law's like me, mm-hmm. through the whole thing.
All about her.
Victoria Beckham, if you're listening.
Did you write in?
Aye. Vicky, you taking the time to write to us? You were too busy getting your award in Paris this week.
We appreciate the time out of your day.
I'm sorry, right? But see if one of my sons stopped speaking to me, I would be devastated.
I know, but family relationships do break down, don't they? So
yeah, absolutely. But what I'm saying is, I wouldn't be parading it, hooring it and touring it in Paris, giving it the big
I know, and it's all for show still, isn't it?
Absolutely all for show.
They're doing all that. It's a totally British thing, isn't it? They kind of not stiff upper lip, but just carry on regardless. Keeping posting Emma Bunton's birthday or whatever it was, and David Beckham, so proud of my wife, and the two boys cruising Romeo out, putting the Instagram stories on in Paris, like as if we even care or something. What was it they said? As if we're missing out or whatever they said.
Do you know, it's actually really sad because they're actually villainising Brooklyn with all their PR shite.
Yep.
Just stop.
Yeah. He's the one that's been subjected to it since he was born. I mean, the wedding, remember the he was in the wee purple tuxedo with the wee top hat as well. He's been pressed into that lifestyle, whereas maybe they were a wee bit more, you know what I mean? I mean, the woman was distraught when they thought he was going to get kidnapped, and I don't know.
Was she? Is that just all a PR stunt and all?
Surely
I
not.
don't know.
Surely not.
Eva, you don't know
But
with
you
these
don't
people.
know.
You don't. I mean, they drive the PR stunts sometimes, and also remembering that they've got the newspapers in their back pocket.
Yeah, setting up all the photo.
Yeah, all the photo ops and all that kind of stuff.
Oh
so
my God.
I think they're more involved with all that situation. Not just the Beckhams, but I mean
they
celebrities
spin it
in
to
general. Their own narrative.
Their whole management team will.
Yeah,
well, it's tragic anyway, isn't it? But he probably just reached his limit and just spat the dummy, and what's going to happen now? But I want more. I'm feeding off it. Like, you can't leave it at that, Brooklyn. Come on. You've started, so you'll finish.
The memes with her dancing just kill me. I love it. When she's pure gyrating and all that, like she's fucking slut dropping and all that. Like AI generated, obviously, but it's so funny. But I wish there was a video of the wedding so that we could see what dancing on me meant. Like,
did they all sign non-disclosure? How did it get to that? Come on, 500 people at a wedding?
Who knows?
I know.
You genuinely don't know.
Was it Palm Beach or Mar-a-Lago or something like that? So was Trump there? Like, I don't know.
Do you think?
Yeah, well, the dad introduced
oh, yes.
Elon Musk to Trump. I mean, they're big players, aren't they? They're not any sort of wee British millionaires. They're billionaires, aren't they?
The dad at one time was trying to start a business with Jeffrey Epstein and Harvey Weinstein.
So, Brooklyn, what are you thinking marrying into that? Come on.
But it's no Nicola's fault. It's no wee Nicky's fault that she's married into that
She
family.
has got cute dogs.
I've not seen them.
Oh my God.
I'm usually one for...
Well, that was the other thing. I was laughing. She's like, oh, Victoria never shared the Chihuahuas page.
Oh, I don't like Chihuahuas.
Like,
sorry.
But as if Victoria Beckham's going to share a dog saving thing for California wildfires on her Victoria Beckham page.
Yeah, but why wouldn't she?
I don't know, because it's a business page, isn't it? Really.
But still, it's an important... It's a fundamental... Everybody loves dogs. That would really...
I know, but
people...
If they had sent me that, I'd be like, I'm not sharing that. No, pal, not on my business page.
You know what?
No, on my business page.
No, Spencer thingy would be very disappointed.
Spencer Matthews? No.
No, Spencer. You know Spencer from The Hills?
Oh, Spencer and Heidi?
Yeah. Pratt.
Spencer Pratt.
He was all over the wildfires.
His house got burnt down.
And
then he had a GoFundMe.
Yeah, but the thing is, no, he done so much to help the community.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. The GoFundMe was not for him and his family. The GoFundMe was for
everybody. Right. Okay, Spencer. I take it back. Put the thumbs up again. I know you put it down there, but just reverse it.
I do love you, Spencer. I thought you were an absolute bell end on Big Brother.
Oh my God! Do you know what? I loved them in the original. What was it? The Hills. Aye. God, remember that, the first reality.
But I do like them as a couple.
Yeah, they've stuck together.
I know.
Stuck it out, haven't they?
But listen, he does talk real sense about the whole wildfires and how the government were responsible for, how
not having things in place. Yeah.
It was terrible, actually. It was awful.
I know.
What
is that watching.
Area called again?
It's not Montecito. It's Malibu.
No, but it's like the something AIDS. It's like the
Palisades.
Yeah, Palisades.
Do you know what I was tragically watching? Ricky Lake. So her house get.
You and the blue. I'm talking to you. You want to get yourself your own man and leave her man alone. I love that.
Go Ricky. So she lost her house, and about a month ago, somebody contacted her and said, I'm at a car boot sale, and all your family photos are here. They've obviously turned up. And she was able to go back down and get like pictures of her family and all that back. Her actual photo albums, she went down and they gave her them back. Because somebody recognised somebody in them. I don't think it was like Ricky in the 90s, but yeah.
Was it Tracy, what do you call it? She played Tracy in Hairspray.
So she did.
What's her name again? Tracy something.
I forgot she was an actress.
Yeah.
And she got a reality.
And then she got her chat show, which I actually loved. Why did that stop?
I don't know.
Well, you're not patching us,
I
Ricky,
know, but would invite you on.
Yeah, would invite you onto the pod in Eva's
Or
house.
you could invite us to your new house in Malibu.
Palisades. That we can see
Is
it.
that what it was? I thought it was on the coast, wasn't it? And it was just the heat and the wind. Right, anyway, I'm turning
It was horrible. Actually, it was awful.
It was
so yes,
really sad.
To go back about the dogs and wildfires, I'd absolutely be sharing that post.
I know, but what was it they wanted them to share? I can't even remember. I'm just
Chihuahuas.
Like, Vicky Beckham's not sharing that. Like, come on.
Vicky Beckham's needing to straighten
It's a shame if she's not going to put shared Chelmsford if somebody that's missing in bloody Kansas. I love it. Shared Deirdre. Okay, been missing 12 years ago in Australia, but that's good. Thanks for your help, Pam.
Oh, do you know, actually, maybe I'm doing her a disservice by saying that, but all I'm saying is I think she's acted quite inappropriately and immaturely. She's not taking responsibility. She's a parent in the whole thing, and he is just a young boy. So parenting is not easy, guys. I'm not going to pretend otherwise. And my youngest son, Charlie, you, sent me a text. He doesn't see whenever I say, I'm going to Eva's to film an episode of the podcast, and he overhears, he's like, you're what? And he sent me a text saying, why do you have to try and be bloody famous? Just be normal.
We're not. We're just sharing our chat.
We're sharing our chat.
We've got a lot to say.
He does not want me to say
somewhere.
Fuck all.
He doesn't want you to share anything.
Sorry. He also reported our Instagram page for bullying and harassment.
He did not.
To try and get it shut down.
You're kidding.
No, I'm not.
I'm going to bloody see him.
Aye, I know. So you should. She's coming for you. She's with the East End.
I'm in the digger. I'll be in the digger.
She knows people. She's connected. So just summarising where we've got to tonight. Now, I know it's probably been a bit of a harem-scarum. We have spoken about the physical carnage of after you have a baby and, you know, how kind of draining it can be. And that is the norm. So please don't go into parenthood thinking it's all going to be sweetness and light, because it's absolutely...
Is my stomach going to be
you need to
be
full of cereal before you bed. We're not trying to tell you don't do it. It's awful.
It's wonderful.
It is wonderful in many ways, but it's also very difficult.
Expectations, manage them and have discussions whoever you're in a relationship with, man, woman, partner, just what your expectations of each other and each other's families are when these little babies come along, because set some boundaries. And then,
you know, poor Linda must have actually hated my guts. Linda, I do love you very much. You do know that. We're very close now. I would say at the time, I don't know if I had the capacity to understand.
Yep.
But I think obviously having kids of my own now, I mean, that was very short-lived, my psychoticness. And I hope yours was as well. Otherwise, I'll be running a mile. If you start either trying to breastfeed Ed in front of me or
skin to skin,
try to accuse security guards or try to abduct somebody. So, motherhood is hard. Parenthood is hard, but especially motherhood, because I think we as mums definitely carry a lot of the weight.
100%. I'm not man-shaming, but...
We're not man-shaming, but if the shoe fits, Andy. I said the shoe fits in the last episode as well. People were like, oh, is that the pattern she's got? Fits. Also, I do feel that it's really important for partners to understand that, like, you might be a bit kind of, your emotions might be heightened a wee bit.
Yeah.
But it's really important not to call you a psycho and not to make it quite clear that you're not on board. You need to just
give them a wee bit of leeway.
Rub their back, and
that's all they want.
Aye. But a lot of it is just about boundaries, isn't it? Boundary setting is definitely one of the things that you do butt heads on, for sure. And it's just about setting your expectations for that. Maybe before the baby's born, so that people don't get offended.
But, a bit of a conversation. It does surprise me how many people are in relationships and never have had open conversations with people that they live with and they're actually going to have children with. It's quite frightening sometimes. You think, just ask them. I don't know if they're scared, pushing them away, or, well, if that's going to push them away, then...
Poor Andy, he didn't even get a chance for any of these chats before I put my pills in the bin outside Semichem and started a family of with my own doing. I just decided...
Sometimes you need to take these things into your own hand because you know what's best for them. And look, hasn't it been best for him? He's got two wonderful sons.
Yes. I'm not saying I did the same for Charlie. I didn't put them in the bin outside Semichem. He was a kind of tried for baby.
Preempted.
Yeah. But Sam, and then he had to come out greeting, which just added fuel to his fire. Like, really?
He's like, I told you.
Aye. He's like,
I told you this was a
deal
crazy idea.
This is what you wanted, so you can deal with it. I'm away golfing for 4 hours and I'd be having a nervous breakdown.
Toodaloo.
Please don't.
Oh my
Mastitis and a lot. Anyway,
Gayle.
so your partner fraction after having or fractious relationships with your partner after having a baby is a thing. But it does come back together again. It definitely does. Kind of, you do navigate your way back in most cases. But it can be quite difficult. So we're telling you this. I'm sure mostly the people that will watch this podcast will already have kids. So you'll know exactly what we're fucking talking about, to be fair. And yes, we've talked about the kind of early pose that Eva's tummy's wanting to say something.
Sorry, this microphone will pick that up. What the hell? It never happens. What is going on? I've had my tea.
So yeah, if any of this resonated with you, then please send us your stories because we love them. The juicier, the better. Tonight's stories haven't been great, but there was only 2 to choose from, and I'm not saying it wasn't great, but we want more. We basically need more. So please send them to fullydilatedpod@gmail.com. And thank you very much for listening to us.
Thank you so much.
Again for another week. And so Fully Dilated is
Clamp and shut.
bye. See you later. See you in the next episode.
See you in the next episode.